One full week done. One full week of videos and daily updates. Done and dusted. It's been okay. It's been interesting. It's pushed me to do a lot of different things. It's shown me, I guess, that what you think you can do in a day and what you can actually achieve are two different things. Obviously, I'm trying to do as much as I can to beat the time restraints, but yeah, energy levels and complications and things, they get in the way. So anyway, yeah, welcome to day 8, second week, 55 days to go. I actually have a list of things that I've printed out today. I was sat in the office, had a bit of a slow morning, done some office work, a little bit groggy after the celebratory beers last night with our mate Alex. So yeah, I've got some things to do today. We need to do a lot of tidying up. I want to try and get the truck back inside. It's still sitting out in the street, still covered in leaves and twigs. And I need to tidy up in the workshop here. So we'll walk around the car in a minute, you'll see what we got up to. Just a couple of mentions. Got a comment from a chap called Travis Clarkin, and he said that, well, he wanted to know where I was from because he said he really couldn't understand me. I do mumble, there's no doubt. I'm an and I mumble, and I'm doing it now. So I apologise for that. It seems that the captions do manage to decipher what I'm saying reasonably well, so it could be an idea to turn those on if you do struggle to understand me. Obviously this is like a recorded live thing, so no real editing or retakes, so if I mumble, I just sort of struggle through it. So I apologise for my mumbling, Mr. Travis. Next one is Mr. Sasquatch, talking about the gasket on the filter housing. Now, yeah, 3D printing is a good idea, but I think there's a guy already doing it. The guy that suggested to me how to get the filler flap housing thing out actually does them himself. So I've sent him an inquiry to see how much they're going to cost. It's going to cost. So just a quick word with Mr. Beer. Mr. Beer's following us and itching to get out here and help me. So later this week we'll definitely hook up and we get your hands dirty. Probably not too much heavy lifting, which will suit you, I guess. But I've got a busy week as well because our our brakes will arrive either tomorrow or Wednesday, which means I've got to take a little bit of time out to get those sent out to customers, pick and pack and send. So that normally takes a bit of time. So that will reduce also the time I can spend on the car, because I need to earn money to continue working on the car. Now, yeah, I will pick things to do for like evening time and whatnot with the reduced. I'll still be coming in the shed, I'll still be doing my updates, but it'll just mean that I can spend a bit less time doing it. Dylan, right, I'll get to you in a minute. There's sorry, I forgot yesterday to explain about the barbecue grill. I'll show you in a minute. Alright, so I think that's it for the list. This is what we did yesterday. So, bare metal covered. So the aim really initially was just to do these areas, which is where the panels join, the floor pans, like, you know, we got joints where I've taken the seam sealer out because I can't do the, oh god, hang on. Can you give me 2 minutes? I'm just recording. Yeah?
จะบอกว่าแพงอยู่เหมือนกันว่ะ
Okay, เดี๋ยวมา Excuse me for that interruption. So yeah, in the areas where I've taken the seam sealer out, I couldn't do the epoxy, the grey epoxy, and then the white wet on wet, because there was no time between the two coats to put the seam sealer back in. So we've sealed it off with this. It's not an etch primer; it's an epoxy urethane primer, but we've sealed it off with that. So now I can put the seam sealer down, let that cure, and then do the wet on wet for the whole car. But basically, because this is a really good sort of paint for doing bare metal, I've just covered all the bare metal bits that I can. So we've covered up the wheel well, just looking nice in there, and just pretty much anywhere we can. I haven't finished sanding the back panel yet. I'll do that before we do the next stage of painting. But just really to stop flash rust, is get it all covered up. All in there, all along the sills, and in there. So that's it, really. We achieved what we wanted to achieve. A little later than I wanted, because I had visions of me having this all in white already. But we had to do this extra step so we can get the seam sealer in. So next step, as I say, seam sealer, let it cure, and then wet on wet. But I really had to have a good clean up before I do that. It's you know, all sorts of sand. I didn't clean up before I painted yesterday. Just cleaned down the car panel, wiped it. So we've got all the sandpaper and dust on the floor. So I need to have that all sorted out. Okay, right. Right, Dylan, mate. The barbecue. Nearly forgot again. So this in here, right, I just thought, you know, Ford were really like considerate. You know, they thought that, you know, if you were going to break down, at least you'd have somewhere to cook some bacon and eggs on the side of the motorway. But it wasn't that at all. And then I thought, well, perhaps it's crumple zone. So I went on one of the forums, one of the Facebook groups, and we had a big chinwag about it. And somebody, and we believe they are right, said that this is actually for drainage. So when these cars were built, they were on a track. And basically, they went, like this is my car, they went down into a tank of E-coat and then back out again. And this is to drain the E-coat out. And on the back, there's more. There's not crumple zone, there's more under there as well. So it's E-coat drainage. How boring. You thought this would be something much more interesting. Without further ado, we will catch you later. See you tomorrow. Cheers. Bye-bye.